child, 'cause I got too wild now. Now that's how I'm getting paid. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, DEFFINITY, DEVVE, daCat, DMC, SHIRO update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, especially that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. It be 9/11 today, and it's almost a quarter century, and we will go over some stories later. They're not crazy. I mean, it's my story, so it's like, you know, not a crazy one, but I was in New York when it happened. Wild times. Anyway, first off, we're gonna go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been, for the last hour, actually up. Today we had reached down to like 113.5 or at 115.6 right now. It's technically up only 1.4%, but in the last like hour or two, it's like, oh, okay, made some moves. The amount of people today that have bought it, there's a few. So you have the Bitcoin logo projected onto the Czech Republic National Bank, which I thought was pretty cool. There's been a couple of buys today. I can't for the life of me remember. Is this? Oh, expired. Okay, gotcha. And there's a couple of things to go over today. MicroStrategy now holds 3% of the entire Bitcoin supply, which is bananas. A couple of whales bought $200 million worth of Ethereum today. You have the S&P 500 closing at all-time highs of 6,587. You had $250 million in USDC that was minted. And then we have Galaxy Digital bought over $1 billion worth of Solana for Multicoin's DAT. Or they're currently buying today. They bought 326 million worth. I could have sworn there was something else where someone was buying more. I guess. Oh no, China's public CPOP company bought 300 Bitcoin for 33.8 million. So there's a little bit of couple of reasons why. Or a couple of reasons why Bitcoin is kind of moving up. Ethereum, I don't know how much they were going through. They're actually up higher. They're up 2.6% on the day, 4,400. I'm talking to a friend of mine today. Hadn't caught up in a spell. He's got 3 Bitcoin. He's selling a couple of properties. Net 400 or 500K with it. And I'm trying to tell him, like, hey, you should get some OMI, you should get some DEFFINITY, you should get some DEVVE. And for whatever reason, he's just like, what's DEVVE? And I go over it with him, and we could go on, and this is a good segue here. I posted something, or I didn't post it. DEVVE posted it this morning saying, good morning. We're about to start a huge marketing push across our socials, starting with CoinMarketCap community, with the CoinMarketCap community, one of our most rapidly growing platforms. Want to keep on top of our updates? You'll need to be following us. So on CoinMarketCap, do I even have DEVVE on here? I don't. You have to go to DEVVE, and they're up 13% on the day. So not bad. Not bad. At 52 cents and $49 million market cap, so just under 50, 448,000 in volume. So we actually have a little more volume than normal. I just voted bullish on the community, and I'll just make a bullish comment saying I'm bullish on DEVVE. Let's see what happens with them. Let's see where they go. I have a small amount, not nearly as much as I would like. Put in about 45K, might be worth like 40 right now. This is one of those things where I was talking with a buddy of mine 2 days ago. He compared it to Chainlink and SUI, even though I think the tech is much greater. And he had said, listen, I don't see why it can't get up to the likes of what Chainlink and SUI are. And right now they're about $12 to $16 billion respectively, which is like a 300 to 400x from here, or it was this morning. Now that it's up 12%, it's still like 280 to 380, like whatever, X from here. But that's where they are right now. That's not where those tokens will be in a blow off top. Those tokens will probably double, triple, whatever. I firmly expect DEVVE to, and I was telling my friend this, and the amount of money that he has, and he puts in like $1,000 into DEVVE. I was like, okay, you know what, that's fine. At the end of the day, he's going to be buying more Bitcoin. I was like, that's fine too. Probably make a little bit of money, more so than you would in most stocks. It's just there's so many people out there that are they know that crypto is like a cheat code to like a shortcut, a speed run to greater wealth, but it's just so daunting for so many people. And that person's not like a young man. He's like 55. He's not like 30 or 20. Like he's not someone that has a bunch of time that can really get into all this stuff. You can get into it at any age, but just doesn't really have the time. And Bitcoin's kind of worked for him. He's like, hey, YMS was a good thing. Like, okay, I understand, but the upside will probably be a little limited. And again, he seems fine with it. Again, when you're coming from TradFi and oh yeah, 30% in 1 year, that's great. And then you go to Bitcoin, it's like, yeah, it's really great to him. I also, when I mentioned to him like 100x, coming from TradFi, that sounds pretty unbelievable. So maybe next bear market we'll get him in something. We'll see. So I had requoted that saying, looks like DEVVE will start to get a push soon. Also, use this link to sign up for the DEVVE exchange. Link down below to sign up. Oh, we have somebody that had commented on that. Let me give him some smiles. I don't know why that Golden song is stuck in my head. Probably because it's a great freaking song. I also did a video last night on the. Okay, sorry, I just got a message and I'll have to deal with that later. Did a video last night on Charlie Kirk. Really just my reaction to it. I did it through the lens of just like a veteran reacting to it, not necessarily somebody that has a super tiny small platform. I'm curious that's why I didn't really go over too much live last night, just because I was going to do a video on it anyway, so I did. Anyway, comment down below your thoughts. Let's do, outside of DEVVE, let's do DFINITY, because DFINITY's, oh, I'm on Earth2. We'll go over Earth2 later as well. Where's DFINITY here? $2,000 in volume, down about 3.3% on the day. It's at a $3 million market. So again, and I was telling my friend all about the cat. He does not know I have a tattoo yet, but I was just telling him about not even the story, just like how an IP, like how it could be worth. And I was like, listen, I have a little bit of the token, but I don't have like an overwhelming amount of the token. It's in the 5 figures, but it's not like $80,000 worth, which if I was smart, would have sold everything in like April, put it all into cat, would have done that 6-7x from there, where most everything else, well, OMI's gone up a bit. OMI's like up 50% since then, but for the most part, nothing else is. So I told him, like, hey, listen, here's what I plan to do with the cat. Here's what it is. And, the cat's $2.6 million market cap, and DFINITY's like 3 million. What is it at now? DFINITY's at $3 million market cap. And I was like, crypto doesn't make sense. And he's like, but you would buy DFINITY. I was like, yeah, I'd buy DFINITY. Like I have DFINITY. Like that's my biggest bag. If you include ownerships in other things, not just the token, that is by far my biggest bag. And if you include ownerships in companies, then daCat is technically my second biggest bag because of the IP. But if we're just going with tokens, it'd be DFINITY, OMI, DEVVE. Yeah. And there's so I scroll on TikTok probably more than I should. And there's this, I don't know if, shit, I don't care about these carne asada things. Like every time you open the TikTok app, it just takes you to an ad. And when you're used to like pausing a video by clicking on it, and then you click on the ad, it's like, oh, and then you go to the ads, like, God damn it. What is this ad? Oh, it's Chipotle. Okay. Normally, when I see an ad on like Reddit or wherever, I downvote it, and then I make sure to never use that fucking product. But I was gonna do that with the carne asada for Chipotle, but I love Chipotle, and I'm gonna probably get that at some point. So you know what? The ad worked. Anyway, I came on TikTok to show y'all something. It's this, and again, I have zero affiliation here. I have zero affiliation with this. I don't know if this, if I could even show this. I'm not going to play the music. Just God forbid I get demonetized from it. It's about this little cat that has this wild freaking family, and it does these dances. It's completely clueless. One of the songs is like, I have two moms, but not in the way you think. Not like, oh, they're lesbian. Like, no, like, I have a mommy that my mom doesn't know about. And it's like, oh, your dad's cheating on your mom. And then has another song called like, I have two daddies. And it's the same thing. When mommy goes to work, my daddy brings home like, and all of these songs, and it's 45,000 likes. Let's go to this freaking, and I promise I have a reason for bringing this up. Momo the cat, 290,000 followers over on TikTok. And some of these things that has 10 million likes, 6.5 million likes, 9.5 million likes. I love every single video that this thing does. And then I thought I saw it on Twitter one day. I was like, oh, is this the same? And I followed it because it had like no followers. I don't even know where it had followers. But it's got like 1,400 followers on Twitter, and I was like, bro, these songs are so good. Like again, doing massive numbers on TikTok, and then I tried to get them on for an interview, so I shot them a message. I was like, "Meow, my name is Randy Chavez. I freaking love your guys' TikToks. Can I get someone from the team on the show for an interview?" I have not even seen it. And then I was like, okay, they have a Telegram, so let me go to their Telegram, and lo and behold, they have a crypto token. So I messaged the owner there. I don't even know if I want to kind of like dox him. I mean, you can, it says the owner there. So I was like, hey, and I think I said the same thing. Yeah, same thing. And he's like, hey, thanks for the kind words. We're pretty heads down right now, just really cranking out content as much as we can, just capitalize the momentum across socials. So I don't think we can commit anything in the short term, but we can revisit after a couple of weeks. Thanks again for watching our TikToks. We put so much time into them. It's always nice to hear people say they enjoy them. I was like, yeah, that works. I can reach out later in the month. I have a few ideas I'd like to run by you. I want to collab with them so badly, not even on a sponsorship of the channel, although I'd love that if you're watching. They would fit wonderfully well in daCat. And again, they have a token. It's on Solana, which I hate, but it's on Solana, and I put like $800 into it because. So be advised, I'm like half the volume today because it's like $1,700 in volume, $851,000 market cap. So the liquidity is locked. I don't know for how long. Guys, be advised, anything can go to zero with little to no notice. I don't actually know these guys. This could be a giant rug pull, and I have no idea. But if it's not, I like, okay, what's the worst case scenario for me? Okay, I lose 800, not a big deal. But at an $850,000 market cap with 517 holders, and then you take a look at the where's the, all right, you go to like view more on rug check, and it's like, okay, the creator balance was sold, the liquidity pool is locked, like 99.94% of it. It actually says there's 1,200 holders on here. I'm not sure why it says that, and only 500 on the Gecko terminal. Anyway, the rest of the top holders, like you have okay, well, you have the liquidity pool that has 7%. But then it's like 2.5%, 2.4, 2.47, 2%, 1.98, 1.97. So it's like you don't have one wallet that has like, 20% of it or 30%. Now, granted, maybe all of these wallets are connected to one person. Again, I have no idea, right? Again, this could all be one giant sham. It could all be like whatever. But again, assuming that it's not, I'm just looking at the numbers that they're doing. Again, like these numbers are freaking massive. This is wild. So I'm gambling. Is it a better gamble to probably put it into DEVVE, OMI, DEFINITY? Yeah, probably. daCat, you're not going to get rugged because daCat has 997 years of locked liquidity. Like it's locked for almost 1,000 years. And it has more liquidity. We have like 600,000 in liquidity locked. They have 126. And again, it's split pretty evenly, about 63K each between Sol and the Momo token. This is one of those things where it's just, hey, you know what? Let me gamble. Let me just let me do something where I just have fun. Again, video's not sponsored. I've had one message with the guy. I don't even know his real name, but I know that the TikTok is just absolutely crushing it. So just keeping everything transparent. This is what I'm doing, not his financial advice. Anyway, let's get into daCat, shall we? Shall. daCat, about the same amount of volume as Momo, 1.72 thousand in volume, $2.6 million market cap, 609,000, 609, that's the area code for New Jersey, with 303,000 pooled daCat, 302,000 pooled Ethereum. That's actually 305. Yeah, 305. I don't know why, or it says 605. I don't know why it says 609. Whatever. Anyway, Penguin, what's going on? I'm banned. Why are you banned from VeVe? Why are you banned? Why are you banned? Why are you banned? Why are you banned from VeVe? Let me know. Good job on holding OMI. Connor says hello. What's up, Connor? What says good evening? Omar, where were you on 9/11? Because we're from New York. We're both in the. Oh, hang on one second. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, let me know. Bill Garner says, hey, there's nothing else I can say. Hey, never gonna be that way. So it was DEVVE to the moon. Yeah, bro. CBUS B97, DEVVE to the freaking moon. Been a good day for DEVVE. Been a pretty good day. Up 13%. Peanuts, I think, compared to where we will go in the future. And again, in the interim, this could go back down to 34 cents. Maybe it goes back down to 12. Maybe, we don't know. But I mean, they said they're going to start to market. Start on CoinMarketCap. Very curious on what their idea of marketing is, what the campaign will consist of. But it was very nice to wake up and see that at like 5 in the morning this morning. When did I? When was this? All right, profile. This was, well, they posted at 4:05 a.m. I retweeted it at 5:53 a.m. Be advised, that's not actually when I woke up. Like I woke up to pee and I saw that and was like, okay. And then I went back to bed. Because I'm drinking so much liquids now. Because guys, so I did really well. I'm still doing really well. I have not broken my diet, but I've been at 190 for like 3 days. It's like I can't. It's like I can't lose anymore. It's like which is so like because I'm restricting the calories now to under 2,000 a day, and I'm like walking every day, and I'm like, doing pull-ups when I can. I don't know why. Like I feel like for between the walking and like how big I am, the calories, the maintenance should be like 2,500, and I'm at like I was doing 2,200 to 2. Like now I'm under 2K calories a day, and it's like, damn, again, I don't know what I need to do. I mean, again, I can't jump rope. I can't really work out yet. I'm really close. I'm like really, really, really close. But we'll see. Keep you posted. Says, I now hold 50K tile. Oh my God. Bought another 750 Essence to the moon. All right, let's go over Essence. Take a look. Take a look at the Essence. Where we at here? Down about 1.8%, 7,700 in volume, $9.88 million market cap, and the liquidity, $99,000 in Essence, 31,000 in Ethereum. So that is not a lot of liquidity, or that balance is a little out of whack. However, we go to Essence on the CoinGecko, type in ESH. We've been around this, like, yeah, 2.7 is like the lowest it's been. I think we were at like 2.5 at one point, maybe. What is this? 2.413. So it's pretty low, and the max this has been like 11 cents, 12 cents. So I don't, and again, this is very small market cap. It's 10 million, not barely $10 million market cap. I think this goes parabolic once the gaming or metaverse narrative takes off. In my opinion, I hold a big mega city down there. I don't really hold much of the token anymore. I should. If you know what, if Momo goes crazy, I'll take some out and put some into the. I'll put some more into Essence. It's on Solana, so I should put more into Ladies when that goes up, because Ladies is stupid small market cap. It's like 11.7K, right? And I'm waiting for these other freaking guys to dump, and they just haven't dumped yet. It's like, bro, can I just buy your Ladies? And yeah, this one guy still has 2.6 million Ladies, and it's like, I want to go in and buy it from, but like they don't go in and do OTC deals. Like, okay, I'll wait for you to sell, and then I'll pump the shit out of it. Yeah. Anyway, let's do, where are we at here? Let's do DeLorean. See what DeLorean's at. Whoa, whoa, meow, 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 meow. They're up 4% on the day. Let's go, DeLorean. Let's get the spread. And I have one more payment from them. Let me check my slush wallet, and see. Have not gotten that last payment yet. However, I will I'll wait for that, and then I will sit on it, because I'm not selling here, because that'd be stupid of me if I were to do that. DeLorean did have something today. They might have had two things today. They might. Oh, let's check. Yesterday, obviously, I went over the whole reason why they were up. Today, I said DeLorean's DMC token accepted under MICA, marking a first legacy for legacy brands entering Web3. That was really cool. DeLorean's DMC token accepted under MICA is from Crypto Daily UK. That is 94,000 followers over on X. And DeLorean Labs post the most iconic ticker in crypto. Could buying DMC today be like buying Tesla in 2013? I'm going to say not exactly like that, and you better hope it's not. Because if it was, you'd have 6 years of trading sideways before you went crazy. So hopefully not. Hopefully buying DMC today is not like buying Tesla in 2013, because then you're in for 6 years of sideways trading. Maybe it's like buying Tesla in 2019 before the pandemic hit and everything went down. No, I know what they mean, and yeah, I think this will be good. It'll be good. Again, it'll hit something that is not. It'll hit a market cap that it shouldn't, and I'm very excited for it. What do we got for volume? Down 30% in volume, 11.3 million in volume, $14.5 million market cap. I will take that. DeYayo reposted this stream. Why, thank you, DeYayo. Mr. Avatar stayed over there. Let's go. Kuma is like, what up, fam? How's it going? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. What we got? Penguin says, it was solving up, taking long. Mm-hmm. There was Randy. The alt season has just started big time. Are you ready to become? Well, already am. If OMI goes to at least its all-time high, I'm buying a yacht to sail around the world. What have you got planned? Be advised, the millionaire status for me doesn't really mean anything because it's mostly in companies and cryptos that I'm not going to sell right away. So like none of it's liquid. Sail around the world. So I'm not a strong swimmer and I get seasick. So I would go for a couple. I like cruises. I went on a cruise. Last time was a few years. I've got a bunch of cruises, but last time was a few years ago. To the Bahamas. It was with Brittany. I don't know if some of you will know her. Great times. We didn't swim with the pigs though. That's the reason I wanted to go. I want to swim with pigs. Again, I'm not a strong swimmer. So I would doggy paddle everywhere, you know. God, that was so fun. God, that was so freaking cool. Oh, God, great times. Great times. Anyway, we for my birthday. Oh God. Anyway, my plans have stayed the same. It is to, well, the end goal is the same, is to buy land in Madagascar, make that an animal reservation sanctuary, and I'll incorporate daCat in that in some way, and then maybe Ladies on Solana. I don't even have a seat at the board with Ladies on Solana, like right now with their 501c3. So I want to go in and work for them a little bit first, get a little experience, and then do my own stuff. But again, like in order to do this, like I would need like $100 million, and I'm probably going to have to continue doing this for another 5 years till the next bull market. Because let's be honest, I'm not going to be worth 100 million this bull cycle. Probably a couple, but that's it. I'm gonna, in the bear market, I'm going to put most of it probably into what I first started with, like going back to basics with high risk lending. I got a buddy of mine that still does it. Give him my capital, I'll make a nice little chunk of change on that each year, and then in probably 2.5 years time, from the blow off top, and after I do everything, I'll go in and I'll be like, okay, I'll start buying in the bear again, in the next bear. So it's probably 3 years away, 2.5. You know, like we'll see. Again, I was telling a buddy of mine before, I was like, hey, this blow off top, like it could be in November for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then you have alt season, or it could be, I mean, delayed till next year when you have each country getting their new 2026 budget and suddenly they're buying Bitcoin. You know, and then when they have that blow off top in Q1, maybe we have alt season in Q2. I don't know. What did the rest of crypto do today? Let's see. Damn, 115.8 for Bitcoin. Oh, everything's up like 2%. Oh, Dogecoin's up 5%. Good for you, Dogecoin. Good for you. So that's my plans. So I also listen, that Charlie Kirk thing got to me yesterday. Oh my God, sleeping, my bae. I love you, brother. I can't wait to hug you, man. Can't wait to go in and just give you a big hug. That Charlie Kirk thing got to, and normally what I would have done for a fallen comrade, I would raise my glass and I would have a glass of daddy soda, whiskey, whatever. But just one of the videos that kept circulating yesterday was the get married, have kids, and don't party into oblivion. I was like, okay, Charlie would not have wanted that, you know, me to like get tipsy for him or get drunk for him. And also, I've been sober since August 31st. Don't want to break that just yet. I'm going to New York next week for a day, like more like 12, 15 hours. And even then, like I'm going to be visiting a friend that does not live here. She lives in Austria. She's coming to visit, and Even then, I might not. I don't know. I'll see how long this sober Chavez lasts. But I, drank a lot in that weekend or that week in Orlando. But yeah, so that thing yesterday, like, I had juggled the idea of settling down for a while now. And it really came to like last year, 15 months ago, 15, like early summer last year, start dating this girl. And I loved her. I think she might have loved me too for a bit, for a smidge. Long story short, earlier this year, it was clear that it unfortunately was not going to work out. Not really for any reasons maybe I'll go over at some point. Too painful to talk about now. And again, the idea of Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, 2, 3, one of them. He's talking to Mantis, and he says, "Give me a second. When you're ugly and people love you, you know they love you for you. Beautiful people never know who to trust." And I was like, "Oh, that's a good line." When you have this little teeny tiny corner of the internet, still get a lot of options on who to wed or pick for a mate or a player two, whatever verbiage you have. But playing things out, like, okay, what is a likely scenario is that one of these is going to happen first. DEVVE, DEFINITY, OMI, daCat, like one of these is going to pump like mad. And instead of having a couple hundred people here each night, probably be a couple thousand. And I did last year, at some point last year, I think it was at New York Comic Con. We're at one of the after parties, and I go in, and I just needed, like, my back was hurting, my knees. I just needed a place to like sit, right, like to. And I recognized these guys, like they were in cosplay. They were at Comic Con. I was like, "Hey guys, my friends are here. They're using the bathroom. Can I sit here?" They're like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, and I named like a couple of their cosplays, and I missed one of them, but I got, "Oh, who are you?" I was like, "Oh, I'm Randy. How's it going?" And they're like, "No, like, are you cosplaying?" I was like, "No, I'm not. The real Randy Chavez. Cosplaying as myself." And like, "Oh, okay, like real Randy Chavez. Like, what is that?" I was like, "Oh, I do YouTube videos." And immediately they're all like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, "Oh, it's mostly about like finance, and like it's probably pretty boring." And like for whatever reason, the first one that came up was like, "How Comey made me a millionaire," and I was like, "Oh, listen, that video was from like years ago." And anyone with, like, if I go out on any date, um, the first thing that, if you're a relatively intelligent woman and you want to do your homework, is going to Google me. And that's going to come up, the videos will come up, and it's like, okay, they're going to just see like money. I mean, yeah, that gets hard. And again, what do I, like, there's no way to defend against that unless I change my name to Randolph Chavita. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to. There's no way to block people from seeing like my videos or my X account. Not that you would want them to, want those views, right? Yeah. So was really thinking about, like, okay, hey, maybe settle down. But I also have that pledge of, by 2030, taking 90% of my net worth and putting it in that charity, like, and trying to save these endangered species. And I don't know how many women you've dated, Air Blues, but most women are not just going to be cool with giving away tens of millions of dollars. So there's some issues. There's some bumps in the road. You know, do I stay single forever? Do I? Yeah, I don't know. We shall see. And it's not like there's no options. There's a ton of options, but also at the same time, you don't want that many options. Like if you went into a Walmart type of store and there's like 300 shampoos to choose from, it's like, okay, which one do I buy? You have so many options, and you could look for like the cheapest one, most expensive one, the one that looks the best. You could look at like, there's so many ways to go about it, and you just think, well, let's try this one. Like I can have all of them. Start with this one. Okay, well, what are the odds that you pick the right one out of 1 in 300? And again, this is just like shampoo. Like probably not a big chance. Like it's a 1 in 300 chance that you pick the right one for you. And it's like, okay, well, that was fun to experiment with that one. Now let's try this one. This one's exotic. This one's like, well, I've heard about this one. This is Garnier Fructis. Like, you know, the more options is not always better. And unfortunately, as the channel gets bigger and I get bigger and daCat gets bigger and traveling more, the options get more and more. So like it would be better if you just went into a Walmart type of store and you had, you know, 8 choices instead of 300. Because then the odds of picking the best one for you are 1 in 8, and just the best one for you, it might not be the one that's perfect for you. It just might be the one that's best for you. And again, you might not know that. It just there's a line from Seventh Heaven. This is a way throwback, like 30 years ago almost. Jessica Biel's character, I forget her name. She had like one kiss with one guy, and then like a year later, she has another kiss with another guy. It's like, well, he was a better kisser than the first one. Is there going to be someone that's a better kisser than him? And you know, girl, like, and if you have too many options, it's like, well, this was great, and this is like, and I'm sure we all do this. I'm just being the one to say it. We rank them, right? Like girls do it to guys. I know girls do it to guys. Like he was number 1, he was number 5, he was number 7, he was number 3. Hopefully it's not a super long list, right? But guys do it to girls, like that was the best. This one was okay. This one, you know, it's just, yeah. I am in a privileged position, but it's, you know, at what cost? Anyway, so that's been going on in my mind. Hey, what do I do with this aspect? Because there's only, like, the options are plentiful now. There's only going to be more options in the future. And there's something called cab theory, where girls can have this plan of just like, this is my life plan. I'm doing this, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. As soon as, even if they think they're not ready, as soon as the right guy comes along, they're ready for marriage. Doesn't matter what their plan is, doesn't matter where they go, what's going on in their life. As soon as the right guy comes along, they're ready for marriage. For guys, it's a bit different. They could have somebody that is perfect for them in every way, shape, and form. But if they're not ready for marriage, they're not ready for marriage. As soon as they're ready for marriage, they marry like the first girl that comes across. And that's just why a lot of people say men are stupid. And okay, fair point. So I, yeah, in the spare time, been trying to do what y'all have been asking for years, to try to find the new Mrs. Randy Chavez. And it's fun. It's I also don't have a lot of time, so I'm sure I dismiss a lot of perfectly good candidates that anyway, so you asked. Oh, all right, let's go. Sleeping, what's going on, Sleeping? Take your shirt off, show your progress. Well, it wouldn't have really worked because I started like 2 months ago at 209 and now I'm 190. So, I was a chunky chunk. I'm still chunky. Like I'm still, I wouldn't say obese. I'm still definitely overweight. Now granted, like you have a couple of Chavezes here. Let's go back to oh, my friends. Back to when the earth, the sun, the stars all alone. Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. Let it wash away my sanity, 'cause I wanna feel the thunder roll. Ooh. Sorry. Anyway. Oh, my friends. Man, I am really going. Okay, sorry. Far back. Trying to find one of my freaking ab shots here. Oh, it was a good day. It was a good day. Stripping days. Remember that. Let's do this one. You can't really see. You can see him thin. Fudge your mother. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh. This is. Oh, forgot about that. There's lean Chavez, not the leanest, but a fairly lean Chavez. Can I find one leaner? Fairly lean Chavez. Well, this is still pretty freaking lean. That's you just saw a Chavez that was like 170, 167 ish. But you saw like a 167 Chavez. I'm a 190 Chavez, but I have gone. Where are we going? I think we're going 2020, right? Oh, other friend. Oh my, forgot that was there. Anyway, can I? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right, we're gonna. Somehow January was a little messed up here. Let's go to February. Febrero. Enero, Febrero, March, April. Oh wow. All right, I'm trying to find one where I'm jacked AF. Apparently that doesn't exist. I swear it does. Maybe it's in March. I'm in February now. Oh my god. I forget that certain things exist, and then I see them, and I was like, "Whoo, lordy!" Maybe it's going to be in Snapchat. Yeah, it's probably going to be in Snapchat. All right, give me a sec. We got to go to Snapchat. Is it home? The long road when you're wrong. Okay. We are going back. Okay, we're in 21, but we got to go back to 20. Okay, September of 2020, but when's... Oh, 2020 was a great summer. Great summer. Fudge, man, did I not? I could have sworn I had this awesome photo of me. Maybe it was 2019. Sorry, guys. I swear it's okay. Not as jacked, but this is like 201 Chavez. This is like so there's a big range in which I could go for. I don't know what I don't know what, because again, this is all in my 20s. Now I'm 34 and clearly not getting any. Are we at 116 for Bitcoin? The heck? Bitcoin 116. What the fudge? All right. Let's ETH that. Oh, 4,500 for ETH. Let's go. Let's go, ETH. Whoop, whoop. Summertime. There you go. There you go, kid. Okay. Very good. Very good. Oh, God. There's a lot of. All right. Much respect to Cat standing strong right there with the fam. Of course. Of course. Much respect. So, yeah, there's a lot of Chavez that. What Chavez are we going to get? I don't know. However, if y'all can smash that like button, that'd be a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, and smash that super thanks button down below. Thank you. Super chat as well. Elma Bays. Okay. Anyway, let's go over OMI. We'll do SHIRO first because we haven't done SHIRO yet. SHIRO's down about 1.5% on the day. $4.1 million market cap. Only $330,000 in volume though. Only that. So we have. Hold on one second. Yes, we do. Oh shoot, 1 second. I gotta go. Highlights. Oh shoot, highlights. A few days ago, daCat, Definity. Where's the on-chain labs one? I could have sworn I. I could have sworn I put it in my highlights that daCat, you're able to buy daCat with a credit card, but I don't have. I thought I had it in my highlights, but I guess I don't. Percent on the day, MoonPay. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I think SHIRO, because again, it's a cat coin. I think in an overall bull market where memes are the narrative, I think it can do really well. It's a white cat coin. Yeah, good. You give me $1 million right now. I don't know if any of it would really go into SHIRO, but a little bit probably would, because again, they just at this low market. This is, I think, one of the lowest that it's ever had. Yeah, I'd put a little bit in there if I get $1 million right now. Let's see if this is the lowest it's actually ever been. It's no, that would go to May. I think that would go to May of this year. It was the lowest. I mean, that's when a lot of stuff was really low, right? I know, 116 Bitcoin. Wild. Oh, JK Rowling, I love you. All right. Anyway, let's go to OMI because I feel like that's what people are here for. Pretty flat on the day, down about 0.2%. Down about 8% on the week, but still up 51% on the month. So I'll take that. What do we have here? 1.8 million in volume. Volume's actually up 30%. $80 million market cap. This is still one of my biggest bags. I love it. I will probably get more in 2 to 3 weeks. I would say 2 weeks. I can probably get more. I will let you know. I'll let you know what we get. Yeah, I'll get the, what is it? Ideally get up to, ideally I want to get up to $1 billion, right? But that's not going to happen without some craziness. Both shocked. Let's see what VeVe's got for their announcement here. 50 minutes into the video is what we're doing. Celebrate VeVe's 5th birthday with inaugural community awards, honoring the fans, collectors, and creators who make the VeVe community unforgettable. As part of our 5th birthday celebration, we're excited to introduce something new, the first ever VeVe Community Awards. These awards are designed to recognize the creativity, passion, and dedication that fuel the VeVe fam every day. From the diehard collectors to the best meme creators, we're shining a spotlight on the people who make this community so special. The awards will culminate at our 5th birthday event at DCon in Las Vegas this November, where we'll reveal the winners and present them with their very own personalized VeVe trophy. Because these awards recognize our awesome VeVe community, we need your help in choosing the winners. You'll have the ability to nominate and then vote for who you believe best embodies the criteria for each award category. Award categories and criteria. VeVe's most die-hard fan, or the ultimate supporter who lives and breathes VeVe every day. Criteria. Consistently supports VeVe across our channels, the VeVe app, Discord, social media, etc. Shows unwavering support for VeVe at events through drops and in the community, and promotes VeVe positively within and outside the community. I can think of a couple people. If you're thinking me, because I'm one of the people that I thought of as well, the VeVe app, sure. Social media, sure. I am pretty much a ghost on Discord. I don't know if that takes me out of the running. Unwavering support for VeVe at events. I go to some. I don't go to all of them. There are people that I know that go to a bunch. Through drops, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really do a ton of live drop shows anymore. I used to do a lot, but I do spend a bit of money on the app and in the community. Unwavering support. Yeah. Okay, I'd say I got that one then. Promotes VeVe positively within and outside the community. Yeah, I'd say that'd be me too. Most of the time. Granted, I also had that big criticism video where an open letter to VeVe and Akomi. So maybe that takes me out of the running. I don't know. 2, VeVe's biggest collector at heart. Not just about quantity, it's about passion. Recognizes someone who truly loves collecting and sharing that passion with others. I would say Rolex for this. Mr. MC1, any level 100 really. Criteria is not necessarily the largest collection by value, but someone who truly loves collecting. Oh, probably Tina and Rudy. They're pretty awesome too. They get that bread. Demonstrates passion for comics, collectibles, and the culture around them. Oh, honestly, Sean from Comics and Crypto. They should be nominated for this as well. Engages with the community through sharing, trading, or teaching. It's a lot of these guys. Everyone that I just mentioned could all win, and I'd be like, yep. Clever Jerk as well. The only thing that I think Clever Jerk has working against him is that like nobody knows who he is. I don't even know who he is, and I love him. Clever Jerk, if you're watching. Best VeVe meme, because no community is complete without humor. Celebrating the funniest, most creative memes that capture the spirit of VeVe. Best OMI meme. Our OMI fam deserves their own spotlight, rewarding memes that make us laugh, inspire, and reflect the token community's energy. Best VeVeverse space. There's a couple of people that are going to be up for this. The most imaginative and engaging VeVeverse creation. Best AR content shared, augmented reality magic. Best new collector, that started in this year. Interesting. VeVe Discord moderator of the year. I would have chosen Sparky at first, but now you have the Omi Homies Max and Janie. You have VeVe Magic, who I don't know if she's a mod anymore. Mods who keep our spaces safe, welcoming, and fun, recognized for fairness, helpfulness, and consistent support of the community. And best vault build theme for VeVe's 5th birthday. Most comic sets on VeVe. Most active user on VeVe. And then you have 2 weeks to nominate your picks from each category. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. I'm going to keep this here for now, and we'll go over it as the weeks go on. High risk lending, not blending. Lending is just you lending money to business owners that maybe don't have the well, they don't. Let's face it. They don't have the credit to get bank money, so they go to us. We take a look at their file. Most of them are absolutely dog crap. And then we go in and say, well, actually, yours is not for X, Y, and Z. We give them money. They pay back at an obscenely high interest rate of 24.99%. And then that's it. Air Blues is Randy. This is financial advice. If you have any spare cash, take a look at ALU. It's about to go to the moon. I don't know why I'm looking, because I don't really have any spare cash. Well, it's down 23% on the day. It's up 700% over the course of its lifetime. It's at a $30 million market cap. 9 million in volume on the day. It's on base. Okay, what's oh, it's gaming. I feel like I've actually taken a look at this before. AI, it could hit a couple of narratives. Gaming and AI. Stuck or lost ALU tokens. All right, where can we get this thing? Oh, actually a lot of places. Uniswap, Gate, Lbank, KuCoin, HGX, Pancake, Arbit, Gate, MEXC, XT, BVOX, Glowfin, CoinX, BuySwap, DigiFinX, BangX, LA Token, CoinUp.io, Bitmart, BabySwap, Bilaxy, OpenOcean, Change Now. So yeah, there's a bunch of places to get it. And be advised, it's up 400% on the month. So I think the best time to get it would have been a month ago. You know, but maybe it keeps going up. So again, I don't really have any spare cash, but nice to take a look at. Give women a fake name. See, I had thought about that, but then it's like, hey, we just built this whole relationship on me giving you a fake name, and then it's, if they really like me, hey, what are you doing tonight? Oh, blah, 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 blah. You know, and like, why do I suddenly disappear for, you know, hours each night? What am I doing? And then when I tell, like, I don't know, I don't think that's the best way to, and like, they might understand. The good ones would understand, but there are potentially some good ones where just like, you lied to me so easily. How do I know you're not going to lie to me again? And fair point, you never know if someone's going to lie to you or not. I really don't like to lie unless it's absolutely necessary. And most times it's not. Most times it's like, okay, I could lie in this situation to make it easier for me. And I stupidly, it's a character flaw, I will tell the truth even though I could have lied, and it would have been so much easier had I done that. No one would have ever found out. I'm not gonna lie, guys, like, telling the truth a lot of times has fucked me. Not in a good way. But I can confidently say, I like, unless it's something that's like, obviously in the military, you know, secret clearance, whatever, but I try to live like that Kyle XY quote, live by the truth. It's a lot simpler to remember. It's not complicated. It's easy because it's the truth. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I could give one, and again, most of them would understand, but some of them would not. And also, I don't need that going around. Be like, oh yeah, he seemed okay, but be careful, he lies. Like, I just never want that said about me. I remember saying, if the women sees the video first, they'll hear you talking about some ladies, ladies on Solana, the ladies token. But yeah, fair point. That's good. It's good. It's good. About an hour into this, before we get to fit spider Randy. It's hard to get the below. So it took me like 6 months, because most of 2016 was me bulking to become Bane. I started at 173 in late January, early February that year. And then I bulked all the way to 196, and I looked great. And what happened after that is that I kept the bulk through the end of the year, and I was like, I want to do lean cosplays next year. I want to do Deadpool, I want to do Spider-Man, I wanted to do Crow from Ruby. So I got down to 167, and you saw it. So it took me, again, I started in December, maybe January. And it was nothing but eggs and broccoli and chicken and a little bit of rice and salmon, and it was just, this time I have been eating bread, not a ton, but I have been eating a little bit of bread. But for the most part, it's eggs and egg whites. It's lean meats. I haven't really eaten a lot of fish. Don't want to smell up the whole house. Maybe I can this week. Yeah, it's been a good amount of protein. It's been, and I'll as I'm able to start working out a little bit, I'll be able to have a little fun certain ways. But so for example, today, what's today? Oh shoot. Okay, it was, all right, I gotta fix this. All right, so we did 30, so we're at 2, and that was 180, so 945, 1025. Okay. Then it was 9, so it's 51, and then this was 100, so it's 125, and then piece of bread, so it's 154, 70, so 1190. So I've had, and when was this? Let's say 1930. So I've had 154 grams of protein today with 1,195 calories. Dude, roast beef is so good for this. It is literally for, I think it's one's 3.5 servings. So for like 7 ounces, it's like 35 grams of protein, and it's 210 calories. That is amazing. So I've had pretty much 75, like almost 80% of my protein today, and I'm under 1,200 calories. So this is really good. I really like it. Now, granted, I want to have a little bit, and I've eaten 4 times today, so I'm 12:55, 14:55, 16:55, and 19:30. So I'll have one more meal in the day. I need to get about another 40 grams of protein. I could eat relatively whatever I want, because I have like 800 calories to play with. So yeah, it gets really boring. Don't want this to turn to a fitness channel, but again, if my back gets good enough where I can jump, like right now I can walk, I can't run yet. A good reason why I got to that 167, that super fit, like I think I had like 8% body fat at one point. The reason why I was able to get that is because I was sprinting. Like I was sprinting in the summer, in the heat. I would sprint in the mornings, fasted. Like I would sprint in the mornings fast. I would come back, have some like eggs, maybe a little bit of cheese on them. I'd drink an egg white. So and then I would do whatever work I had during the day, and then I would just lift weights, and do some boxing, and it was just, the fat would just drain off you. Like sprints really helped. Now 2-a-days are really hard and really busy. I can't sprint. I can't even run. I can walk fairly briskly. And again, like even when I start with the weights, it's going to be really light at first. I'm not going to be able to do a lot, in fear of re-injuring the back. So again, I'm getting there. I think in a year I'll look pretty good. I think by next year's I think by spring of next year, as long as I don't get re-injured, I should look pretty good. We'll see. We'll see. Depending on what Chavez we get. Anyway, on this day, 24 years and 12 hours ago, I was in 5th grade, and it's a Tuesday. I don't know what we're doing. Spelling, math, whatever the lesson was for that. It was like one of the first days of school, right? The principal comes in, and she tells the teacher, come here, come here. whispered something. We're like, what? You know, what's going on? Principal leaves. The teacher is kind of, I don't know what I think we were just is like, hey, work on your whatever. Cool. After like 10 seconds, whatever, and the principal leaves, she goes to the teacher across the hall, say, Miss So-and-so, can you watch my class, please, for, you know, a couple minutes? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. You know, we're just doing our work. And a couple minutes later, every kid in the 90s will know there's like the TV on the wheels come in, and we're just like, oh, we getting a movie? And she's like, no, everybody, it's not what this is. You need to be quiet. And we're like, okay, all right. She had a reaction to that. What's this reaction? And I didn't know what the World Trade Center was. Granted, I was in Long Island. Maybe I did. Oh no, I knew. Because they showed it in the skyline in Friends, in like the Friends thing. So it didn't register right away, like the World Trade, like Twin Towers. But it's like the World Trade Center has been hit by a plane, and at first it didn't register with me, and I was like, "Work." And then as she's plugging in the TV, she says like, "The principal has just told me what happened, and she told me not to tell any of you. They don't think that you're adult enough to be able to understand what's going on." But she was from China, by the way, the teacher, not the principal. And she said, I know what happens. I've seen what happens when authority keeps things from their people, and it's never good. So she plugged in the TV. We turned on the news. Wild stuff. And then I don't know how many minutes later, like whenever it happened, we saw the second tower get hit live, and we're just like, oh, that was bad. And then it was like, and as this is happening, we had I don't know what it was with the technology, like they couldn't, if you there was this big PA system, and you, at the time, you couldn't, or maybe they didn't know how to, you couldn't call directly to one classroom. Or maybe you could, and the office was just being blown up with calls and phones. And so there's announcements that can go to specifically one classroom, I think, or it can go to like every classroom. I shit you not. Every 30 seconds, can you send blank blank down to the main office, please? Can you send blank blank down to the main office, please? Again, we're in Long Island. We're like 50 minutes outside the city, 45 minutes by train. Like we're pretty close to New York City. Again, 45 minutes by train. And again, all of the parents are like picking up, most of the parents are picking up the kids. And most of the other school, because again, we're in 5th grade, most of the other school, like the rest of the school, has no idea what's going on because none of the other teachers are like telling the kids what to do. So they're like, oh, what's going on? And when we break for lunch is when like everyone else is like normal. They're like, yeah, what's going on? We don't know. And we're just like, guys, like this, like we saw like there was kids that didn't believe us. Because in the lunchroom, normally you have, I think there was like 3 lunch periods or something where all of like kindergarten or 1st and 2nd grade go together. Then so like 5th grade was all like one lunch period. There was no recess that day. Maybe it was 4th and 5th grade. Either way, there was no recess that day. And by this time, 12-ish, whatever, the second plane was hit, and we had no. There was more than half the class was gone. for our class, and more than half of the other classes were gone as well. So in fifth grade, there was maybe 4 or 5 classes, of separate fifth graders, and we had no idea. This was the first time, I think the only time, that all of the fifth grade like got to sit together at lunch, because there was not a lot of kids in the fifth grade left, because everyone's parents was like coming in and taking them out. And everyone was just like, again, they had no idea. We're like the only ones that like knew. So we're just like, bro, we legit saw an airplane like hit this building. And like, what movie is it? Like, no, like this is like live, like in New York City. And there were some kids that like didn't like grasp it and understand. There was a couple kids like that were like crying. There was like, oh my God, like my parents work in the city. And I was like, oh, and like, oh, and it's so it was wild. Again, no recess that day, and the buses still like, so the buses were still being buses. So I get the bus home. I don't know what stop I'm at. And it's like, I don't know why I wasn't picked up. Like, I understand some people's like parents, like they work, they had this thing called an after school program, where if your parents either worked or they just didn't love you, and they just they sent you there. I don't know if that was closed that day or not. I would go there multiple times a week. I forget. But on this day, I remember going home, and then everyone's like just on the news. And there's a family member I had that was a firefighter. I was like, he wasn't working at the time when it happened. It was on his day off. They called him in later. But I remember just a lot like that. That was a wild just day that we were all like, none of us did any work. We were just glued to the screen. No one was talking. It was a wild thing. Anyway, that was my experience. Sophomore year at Virginia Tech, bro. What was that like? You're older than me? You look so young. You're that much older. Okay, I could see you being older than me, but you are, wow. You are damn, okay. You look great. Was ready to fight. I bet. I did not have that mentality because I was 10. I would like to think that if I was that age, I would go sign up to, at a recruiter's office like the next day. But I didn't wind up joining until I was 21. I bet classes were canceled. Off-campus apartment. What were you guys doing? Were you guys drinking? Were you guys like end of the world? I know you were ready to fight. You were ready to like go sign up. My vampires is I lived in Falls Church, Virginia, not too far away. You could see smoke coming from the Pentagon. Oh, that's true. Yeah, we traveled a couple blocks from home. Someone that I knew was a letter carrier in Maspeth and Queens, and he and at the time, like, people didn't have like Sirius XM. They didn't have like, and again, he was a letter carrier. I think he just had like a Walkman, and he saw smoke, and he's like, "Oh wow, must be a huge fire." And then he gets back to like the postal office, and then everyone's like in like disarray. They're like, "Oh my God," some of the guys that were letter carriers, that were mailmen out there, they had like like an actual mini radio they somehow carried along with. I don't know what the tech was at the time. And and they like, and they're, while they're doing their route, they hear what's going on. I think like Howard Stern, like, whatever. And then they just go, they're like, I'm not delivering mail. Yeah, it was terrorism. Rain, sleet, or snow. This is not it. This is a completely different thing. Yeah, it was wild. So yeah, as a New Yorker, that was my childlike experience. I remember this one dude that I had met. I was in a high school at the time. I don't remember his name. He was a big baseball guy. He was cool. He was like a substitute teacher, or like a he was a teacher, but he wasn't like a full-fledged teacher yet. He was like doing interning or something. Student teacher. And we had this one horrible woman that just was a. This is why teaching is schools are really hard, because you have like you have tenure, and it's like, okay, the more tenured teachers you have, it makes the school look a little bit more respectable. But it makes some teachers teach like they're like Jimmy Kimmel, or like, and it's just like awful. Like they are awful teachers. And because they did good, for a couple of years when they were in their 20s, now they're 50, and now like they just they're horrible teachers. Long story short, the guy that was like substitute teaching us, he's like, "Oh, this is this person's class." Like, and we're like, "Yeah." He's like, he had her when he was in like 10th grade, in 9/11, and he's just like, "Yeah, we like." I think he had her for like 6th or 7th grade period. Like at this time, everyone knew what was going on. He's like, we didn't really, nobody was really doing anything all day. We were just like sitting in class. And then the teacher comes in and says, "Okay, everybody, let's pretend like nothing's happened and get to our work." And he's just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he just walks out. And I was like, "Bro, I would have started the slow clap if I was you, or if I was there." Yeah, people had like tenure can be so bad for certain schools. Penguin says, "How likely did DEVVE get NASDAQ? I don't see it. Why does NASDAQ not develop their own chain?" I'll answer the second question first. Why doesn't NASDAQ develop their own chain? Do you know how hard that is? DEVVE's been at this for like 9 years. That to develop your own layer 1 blockchain that can do like what DEVVE can do, no other blockchain in the world can do. It takes a genius. It took a genius of it, like 1% of 1% of an intelligent person to be able to solve that sharding technique, and to be able to solve that issue, to get to do 8 million transactions per second. And I don't care how much money they throw at the problem, how well they can recruit from top universities, you're not going to be able to do that. And even if you can, it's going to be years away. And you're just, don't let technology pass you by. Like, they want it done first. And again, we don't actually know that DEVVE is what the partnership that NASDAQ's been talking about. Like, we know that DEVVE does have an exchange partner. We don't even know if it's in America. But based on what NASDAQ's been saying, no other blockchain can do what it wants to do except for DEVVE. So again, nothing's confirmed, but I'm putting 2 and 2 together. And again, that like, so I assume some people will try to build their own side chains. It's going to take them years, and what they want, DEVVE can do right now. Love Akomi. Akomi's great. Oh, my post has 45 views. Oh God, water. I like it. So again, how likely is it? Well, I mean, it depends on the type of partnership, because you could have a partnership with NASDAQ and it not really mean anything, because you're doing something that doesn't really make you money. If DEVVE has a partnership with NASDAQ, and it's what, like putting their transactions on the blockchain, and it's DEVVE's blockchain, and being able to have that dual use, trade a stock for tokens and having it settle in DEVVE. If that's it, Jesus, I would have no. I should just sell everything and put it into DEVVE if that's the case, because this will do 100, 800, 1,000x. Like if that's the case, if that's the part, oh my God, how likely is it? I don't know. I really, really want to lower expectations here. I don't think there's any other blockchain that there is no other blockchain that can do it. There is no like. I'm trying to wrap my head around what Nasdaq's been talking about, what they need, what they want to do, and what DEVVE can do. And again, they do have an exchange part. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if DEVVE's partnership is with like London Exchange or like, and again, I was kind of expecting that from the beginning. Fine, and then but Nasdaq announces another partner and it's not them, then that token might take a hit. But so I don't know how likely it is. And again, even if it is a partnership, we don't know what type of partnership it is. So yeah. Anywho, I'm going to go over. Oh God, we have to go over some of the news because I haven't gotten to the news yet. No way. Yeah. Lady Gaga speaking. Base Hub. Okay. BlackRock to launch Bitcoin ETF in the UK next month. Kraken launches X stocks in Europe, expanding access to US equities. Binance partnered with $1.6 trillion asset manager Franklin Templeton to build tailored digital asset initiatives. BlackRock has bought $44.2 million worth of ETH yesterday and $169.3 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday. Ontario Pension Fund just bought $31 million of MicroStrategy shares. Again, that was yesterday. On the most recent DEVVE roundup, you have a guy named Queeg5ord saying DEVVE will hit $45 a cycle. A guy named MKVibe says that's not even 100x. If it's true they partnered with a massive TradFi company, then they should go way higher. Sui's a layer one that's never been in a bull run and sitting at around a $10 billion cap. DEVVE's around 50 million. For a top layer one, anything under 10 billion in a ranging bull run is very average. If the tech is as good as they say, and the partnerships are too, then it should be over 100 billion at the peak. That'd be insane. 2000x would be wild. The VeVe app was down for a couple hours last night. Was it? Ash Crypto Real says, thousands of McDonald's employees are quitting their jobs as altcoins start pumping again. I plead the fifth of Jack again when I go out to. I was drunk, I threw a pond. Right. Comey and VeVe on the rally track. David Yu takes the wheel, pushing the VeVe rally car to victory and lifting the ultimate OMI trophy. That looks really cool. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, moving on. Yep. Something I learned from Dr. Rhonda Patrick. To optimize testosterone, focus on zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D. Deficiencies can reduce testosterone by 10 to 25%. Each nutrient plays a unique role in hormone regulation. Zinc supports luteinizing hormone production, which stimulates testosterone synthesis and conversion into dihydrotestosterone. Vitamin D, acting like a hormone, is found in reproductive tissues, including Leydig cells. Deficiency correlates with lower testosterone levels, and magnesium reduces oxidative stress and inflammation, which can inhibit testosterone production and decreases testosterone binding to SHBG, increasing free testosterone bioavailability. I take massive amounts of vitamin D, and I take magnesium as well. I do not take zinc. I should take zinc. Oh God, that's hysterical. Every masterpiece has its copy, has its cheap copy. Long live Nintendo GameCube. Apple is poop. Perfectly okay though. Yep, absolutely. It's bananas. Leaderboard rewards. Okay. SEC delays staking for BlackRock spot Ethereum. It's wild. Donald Trump yesterday saying we must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. May God bless him. Damn, awful times. Oh, Gilmore Girls. Yeah, so I did a think I might have X'd out of. I mean, if you didn't watch the video yesterday, it's fine. I do want to mention a quote from Obama from about 10 years ago, where he gave his opinion on what's been called new political correctness. Again, this is 2015, on college campuses. And he said, it's not just sometimes folks who are mad that colleges are too liberal that have a problem. Sometimes there are folks on college campuses who are liberal and maybe even agree with me on a bunch of issues, who sometimes aren't listening to the other side, and that's a problem too. I've heard some college campuses where they don't want to have a guest speaker who's too conservative, or they don't want to read a book if it has language that's offensive to African Americans, or somehow sends a demeaning signal towards women. I got to tell you, I don't agree with that either. I don't agree that you, when you become students at colleges, have to be coddled and protected from different points of view. I think you should be able to, anybody who comes to speak to you, you disagree with, should have an argument with them. But you shouldn't silence them by saying you can't come because I'm too sensitive to hear what you have to say. That's not the way we learn either. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that shooting really got to me yesterday. As part of someone that did serve, first, you should be able to use your First Amendment however and whenever you want to, and combat bad ideas with good ideas. And I'm not saying Charlie had any bad. I mean, everyone I feel like has bad ideas every now and then. Hoping this doesn't turn to anything. I mean, it's already freaking crazy, but I'm hoping it doesn't turn into anything worse. I feel like we should all be able to use our First Amendment whenever we want. Donald Trump made a couple of tweets about him yesterday. That's a lot of this guy. You can tell this man takes his job seriously, and he's looks like he takes off the tires and stuff at like the Daytona 500 or something. He takes his job super seriously. That dude's awesome. Good morning. Tim Ferriss, 1.7 million subscribers on YouTube, had mentioned the Hyde book with Johnny Depp, and yesterday, and maybe and he said he'll look into it. When he does, maybe he'll find VeVe. We'll see. This is a fun meme. Professor McGonagall saying, "Why is it when something happens, it's always you three?" And then it's me, Rain, and Dr. Stuff. I thought that was great. Rockstar Games spent $300 million on water graphics. That is wild. Khaki Gaijin says, "Brah, just do limited edition skins for games like Fortnite, Roblox, League of Legends, Street Fighter, insert other games. They'll be usable in their games. They'll be usable in the VeVeverse. Easy win. Hashtag VeVe." I think that'd be easy too. Bought my tickets for Vegas yesterday. Bitmine just bought another 46,255 Ethereum for 201 million, bringing its total holdings to 2,126,018 Ethereum, worth 9.2 billion. BlackRock and Fidelity bought another 124 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday. Crypto exchange volume tops 1.8 trillion in August, highest monthly level since January, and Avalanche Blockchain aims to raise 1 billion for crypto hoarding companies. Definity Market says significant institutional capital has been poised to enter the cryptocurrency market. While ETFs offer one avenue for participation, Definity delivers a more cost-effective, efficient, and flexible alternative to direct crypto spot trading. ARK Invest bought another $145 million worth of Bitcoin. That is nuts. And that be it. Let's see if we have any. See if we have anything on X. I feel like we probably will, and it's probably going to be all political. But let's see. Yeah, this is sad days. Damn. Yeah, it was bad times. Oh, pickleball. I love pickleball. Hurts my back though. I can't do it too often or ever. Good morning. Good morning. People talking about Quack. Again, I already talked about not the peanut thing, the Momo. I will watch that with great interest. How about FBI about to have a press conference? Oh, are they? Wonder what they're going to talk about. Catch, sleep event, Carolina. Crowds flood Phoenix Memorial for Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I bet. It was Ben Shapiro that had made a TikTok today just stating that he'll have a college campus tour as well, and he's like doubling down on this. And I really hope he gets some good security because whoever was doing security for Charlie Kirk failed miserably, really bad. He has reached his resting place in Phoenix, Arizona. God, 1 second. Yeah, wild times. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. What should be an outro song? Should be something about being hungry. Although, dude, roast beef is so good. I can't wait to have some. What should be a good outro song? Oh, I have messages to get back to. Is there a song about messages? Gotta make a plan, gotta do what's right. Can't run around in circles if I wanna build a life. I don't wanna make a plan for a day far away. While I'm young and while I'm able, all I wanna do is